Hello, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning to my channel, welcome back. We appreciate your patronage. So this is the first video in my level up series, and I thought what better way to start the series off than how to get your body right, because if your body is right, then your mind is right, and if your mind is right, you can bring forth the abundance, and you can bring forth everything on your level up journey. By the thumbnail, if you see how I went from this to new body, who this, then stay tuned.
I'm literally stretching.
I'm just going to start off by defining what pescatarianism is.
Pescatarian, one whose diet includes fish but no other meat.
So that's pescatarianism at its most basic level. Now, I am a sector of pescatarianism, which is called ovo-lacto pescatarianism. And basically, what that is, I eat dairy in addition to the basic pescatarian diet. So that means that I eat primarily just eggs and yogurt. I don't drink cow milk. I haven't drank cow milk in years. I typically don't eat butter, specifically Greek yogurt for its protein. So a little bit about why I started pescatarianism. So I wanted a diet that didn't take out meat entirely. For a period of time, my stomach would always get very irritated after I ate beef. I would always feel very generally sluggish, constipated. My skin was really rough looking. I was generally always in a fog. As you've seen in this picture here, I was eating a lot of barbecue because I was generally eating a lot of dairy, a lot of bread, drinks, sodas, chips, you name it, was probably in my mouth, and I was probably eating it. And I got tired of feeling like that. Plus, I had an image-based job at some point, so my body and just my overall image was my money, and in a way it kind of still is. So I had to make sure that I looked the best that I could look and feel the best that I could feel in order for me to do my job. Pescatarianism was something that I had done previously when I was like 18, and I kept it up for a couple of years and I fell off, and then just really this year, with me starting my level up journey, that was when I got more serious into pescatarianism, and it's been very good results. So now that you guys know my backstory with pescatarianism and why I started, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of tips before I give you some recipes. Now, first tip is please consult with your doctor. I'm not a doctor by any means. I am telling you what worked for me, my results, and your results may not necessarily reflect mine. Please consult with a medical professional, i.e. your doctor. I ain't no doctor, I ain't your doctor. Go talk to them folks. Let's go ahead and get that straight. Tip 2 is, while you at the doctor, go over your caloric needs. Everyone has a different level of calories that they need to either maintain their weight, gain weight, or even lose weight. And for me, because I was so active with pole in my general workout, I could not really go over like 1,900 calories, because I still wanted to lose weight. But you'll see a lot of people say, oh, 1,200 calories, that's all you need to lose weight. Baby, I like to eat, okay? Your girl be hungry, I be hungry, so that wasn't gonna work. And plus, I'm pretty active, so I already knew that little 1,200 calorie lie was a lie. I could not surpass 1,900 calories. So that's when I started doing my next tip, which is I weighed out everything I ate. I got some measuring cups, and I got the little spoon measuring cups for my tablespoons and my teaspoons, and I started measuring out everything. Even things you didn't think you needed to measure out, I measured out. I measured out oils, I measured out seeds, I measured out my honey, I measured out my seasoning. Like, I became so obsessed with measuring my food out, because a lot of the time, most of the time, here in America at least, we overeat. Let's gonna be honest, we overeat. Our portions are a lot bigger. But when you start measuring your food out, really portioning out your foods, that's when you get the best result. Couple it with some water and you're good. I used a kitchen scale. I'll link it below for you guys so that you guys can order it off Amazon. I started weighing out everything, and eventually I just started eating the same foods over and over, so it got to a point where I didn't have to necessarily weigh it every time that I cooked it. I kind of just knew like what to grab, how much of it to grab. And my final tip is don't season your food. Now I know that came to you like, what? But hear me out. Me as a Southern girl, you know I appreciate a well seasoned meal. However, salt, as I learned, is a very addictive substance. And once our brain eats it, it wants more of it. And if you salt your food or you don't use salt-free seasoning, what can happen is you will start to eat more. It goes back to portioning out your food, washing what you're eating, and don't over-season your food. Oh, and a bonus tip for you guys. I usually start off my day with a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, like a sprig of lemon, just like a squeeze of lemon juice, and just a little tap of cayenne pepper, and I would mix it up and I would take it as a shot. Now, be forewarned, it's nasty. It's actually quite nasty. However, it keeps your body in a nice alkaline state so that you don't get sick as often and you become more efficient in burning your fat, and it also keeps off that bloat and flushes out all that extra water, because you know that's how you stay snatched, you know, you're not bloated. So I highly recommend that in the morning before you work out or just to start your day, followed by a glass of water. Okay, so this is a typical day in the life of Lane when it comes to me eating. This entire day, grand total, drum roll please, 1,720 calories. I ate 4 meals for 1,720 calories. Like I said in the beginning of the video, my caloric intake could not go past 1,900 calories. I'm gonna share with you guys some simple recipes that you can do to get started in your ovo-lacto pescatarian journey and your journey of just leveling up. My first favorite breakfast was steel cut oatmeal and some chia seeds with some bananas and a little bit of honey. You feel me? Because that's how you gotta start your day off right. Now, if you wanted to have a little bit of protein, I probably would have boiled some eggs, but with that 1,720 calorie total for the day, I did not include eggs in there. But with your eggs, I think generally a serving size is like 1 egg, and I think 1 egg is like 60 calories. So just add on a total of maybe 120 calories altogether for some eggs. That total meal came out to be 370 calories. If you were to do it with just oatmeal, but add on the extra 120 calories, then it came out to be a grand total of 490 calories. After my breakfast, typically I would go to the gym, go work out, and I would come back and I would be hungry, but I wouldn't necessarily be hungry enough to eat my lunch. So I would kind of have a snack in between breakfast and lunch, and I might eat lunch in like another hour or like an hour and a half. My go-to snack would be a cup of the Dannon Greek yogurt. It was about, it's like a blue, small little tin of Greek yogurt, plain. I got no flavoring because the flavoring had extra sugar. And if you eat enough sugar, sugar does turn into fat in the body, and it can also make you bloated, which was 80 calories. But I would have 1 whole Granny Smith apple cut up and sliced. They have pre-packaged, pre-sliced Granny Smith apples in the store. would generally be, give or take, about 100 calories. And then I would have a 1 ounce serving of nuts. Generally, I would eat pecans, walnuts, or almonds. Nuts have those fatty acids, and they're a great source of protein, and they're really good. It's really good for your skin, for your hair. It's good for everything, and it keeps you full a little bit longer. It keeps your blood sugar stable. You know, everything just is good. The total caloric count for that meal would be 380 calories. All right, so maybe about an hour, hour and a half, sometimes up to 2 hours, I would have my lunch. Have something as simple as some salmon, some brown rice, and some broccoli. And when I made my salmon, I would use Mrs. Dash salt-free lemon pepper seasoning. And then I would take an actual lemon and I would squeeze it over the salmon in the pan. When I would cook it in the pan, so the best practice to not have dry salmon is not good. Nobody want to know dry salmon, and don't tell nobody I told you how to cook dry salmon, because I don't know you. I don't know you if you cook dry salmon. It's your oil in the pan, let it heat up, and what you would do is once the oil is heat up and your salmon is nice and thawed out, you would place it in the pan, and you would get, and I learned this from my hibachi, shout out to the hibachi, y'all, shout out to Benny Hannes. You would get you a top, hopefully that went to the skillet or a plate, if you ain't got one, if you real, you would place it over your skillet, and what that does is it traps that steam in there, it traps all that moisture in there, so that you don't end up with a dry salmon. It doesn't allow for the moisture to escape, the steam to escape from the meat as it's cooking. So you would let it sit in there for about 3 minutes on one side, see how it's looking, see if it's got a nice caramelized bottom. When it looks nice and caramelized at the bottom, but not burnt, caramelized and burnt are two different things, then you would know that you're cooked it to satisfactory. And then you would flip it over, and then you would repeat that same process again until it's ready. Now, how you would know it's ready is if you stick your fork in it and it's flaking, it's nice and shiny, it's got that albumin on top, that white stuff that comes off of the salmon when you cook it, and it's ready, and it's not dry. So with everything, the salmon was 100 calories, the tablespoon of olive oil was 120, the cup of broccoli, give or take, was about 100, and the brown rice was about 170 calories. So totaled up altogether, my lunch would be at about 490 calories. All right, and then after about maybe 2 hours, 3 hours after I've milk bowed and done my errands, I would have dinner. Now for dinner, I kept it pretty light because I would typically eat dinner about no later than about 2 hours before I went to bed. So I usually made dinner like my lightest meal of the day, and I started off my heavier meals earlier in the day so my body would have time to metabolize it before I went to bed. So for dinner, I would have about a serving size of shrimp, which is about 4 ounces of shrimp. And then I would have vegetable noodles, like the zucchini noodles, instead of like actual pasta. Now you can get an actual apparatus, I will link it below, that will help you put the zucchini in there and you turn it and it creates pasta, or you can generally get it frozen. So what I would do was I would heat up my pan, add just 1 tablespoon of the olive oil in the pan, let it heat up. How you know the olive oil is ready is when it first goes in, it's a little bit kind of thick, and as it heats up, it gets thinner and it starts to smoke. So when you're able to move the pan around and the oil is nice and thin, it's generally ready for your shrimp. So I will go ahead, I will put the shrimp in. Now when I would season the shrimp, I will put a little bit of garlic powder, or the garlic and herb seasoning from Mrs. Dash, which was salt-free. I will go ahead and put that in there, and I would stir it around until it's nice and coated. How you know shrimp is done is it turns into this nice perky C shape. It's not, and it's a nice pink color. When it starts to get more like a 6 and the tail starts curling in a little bit more, you've overcooked your shrimp, and you don't want overcooked shrimp. No ma'am. So then once the shrimp was nice and cooked, I would take it out of the pan, set it aside because I didn't want to overcook it, and then I would add another tablespoon of oil, and I would add in my pasta. If it was frozen, I would kind of let it sit out for a little bit, let it thaw out, let some of that water get knocked off of it, and if it was fresh, just throw it in the pan. If your vegetables are ready, they're a nice electric green color, and they're still a little bit crisp, a little bit al dente. It'll take about 2 minutes or so for it to get cooked. You just kind of slosh it around in the pan, and then I will go ahead and add my shrimp back into the pan to just get everything incorporated. I'll add a little bit more of the Mrs. Dash seasoning to it, kind of whip it together, like whip it real good. Push it real good. And then once it was done, I would plate it, and then I would just sprinkle a little bit of crushed red pepper on top, and that grand total for that meal is 480 calories, which gets us to our 1,700 calorie mark. And that would be what I would eat for the day. My meals would generally switch up. Want another video just solely dedicated to all of my pescatarian recipes? Let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely get that for you. Be sure to subscribe if you found anything that I said helpful, or if you were entertained, and be sure to thumbs up and like this video and turn on your notifications. I know I'm asking a lot and we just met, but please, I don't have enough friends. And I will catch you guys in the next video of my level of